What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo Wars 2 achievement guide. This time we are doing part 7 of our run-through on Legendary. This is From the Deep, the 7th mission. So start this up on Legendary. We have a bunch of skulls on. You can see I'm starting off by blowing up this mini base. I'm just going to keep building it up and blowing it up again. So start building it up, then I cancel it, and when I do that, I immediately get a tank and a nice little group of Marines there. So just keep doing that. And the reason I'm doing that and getting those units for free is because I have the After Party skull on. So that's one of the 9 skulls I have on right now. And basically just keep doing that to start off this mission. We got a Nightingale coming in to help us out, but that's the only one we're going to have. We're not going to build any units really. We're just going to keep building these tanks and Marines for free basically by using this base. Also, you want to capture this little power node that I sent those Marines to just now. So capture the 2 power nodes on the map. There's one right behind this little mini base here, and there's one on the other end of the map as well. So I will capture that in a little bit. But again, just throw all your units up here at the beach. That's where most of the, or all of the attacks come from to begin with at least. So just have them kind of in between these 2 barricades at first. A bunch of units will come from the ocean, and also they'll be dropped off in those spirits as well, like you just saw. So the skulls I have on, again, this is Legendary. You need Legendary to be on, obviously, for the achievement. But you could throw on a bunch of beneficial skulls, like After Party, which is the one I just mentioned. But I also have on Pestilence, I believe is what it's called. And that is the one that makes all the units deteriorate health-wise as soon as they're built. So you can see all my units have almost no health because that skull is on, but it also affects the other units as well. So we're just going to use that to weaken, severely weaken the opponents. So do that. And also I have on 7 other skulls, which are Pain Train, Bountiful Harvest, Emperor, Total Annihilation, Firestarter, Things That Go Boom, and Sugar Cookies. So just throw those on. Those all do various things like give you like 50% more health, give you more damage, your leader powers recharge in half the time, things like that. So those 7 are very beneficial. Just throw those on. It'll make it a lot easier. So there are 3 main points where you're going to be attacked from. The main base right here, just build up your base as you would normally for the most part. Just use some supply pads, some power, whatever they are, generators to get power. When the scarabs start, not the scarabs, the locusts start coming, you want to hijack one of them just to take one out quickly. I just hijack them with the Spartan I have there at the beach. And again, the base you just want to build up. I build like 3 supply pads and 3 generators, and then a field armory as well, so I could upgrade my units and various other things. So again, just keep building units, throw them at the beach. The locusts are the most annoying part because they could shoot you from a very long distance. So I like to retreat my my tanks back and then like go at them full force once the locusts get back up onto the beach actually, instead of them shooting me when they're all the way in the ocean and I can't reach them yet. So I pull them back and then push them forward. Keep doing that. And you want to keep these turrets up if you can on the beach. There's 2 turrets, 2 places to build a turret. So build those, and you want to upgrade them to anti-vehicle turrets. And as for the other turret, there's another turret in another place on this map, which I've poked in and out on this video so far. But you want to upgrade that to a anti-air. Here we are. There we are. See those Banshees always come over there. So I like to put anti-air over there. And make sure you have Marines in your barricade. So you can see there's a barricade right there by that anti-air turret. And over in the shallows, which we haven't really visited yet, there are more enemies that will come from behind eventually. And there's a barricade there you could put some Marines in. So, continuously blowing this thing up for a cheap tank and a cheap Marine unit. My Spartan died, so keep an eye out for that. If he ever dies, you could go to him to revive him. But again, there's 3 main places that you're going to be attacked from, and that is the beach, which is where you're going to be attacked from a lot in the beginning. There is this area with the 1 turret where there's a bunch of Banshees that arrive, so you want to upgrade that to anti-air, and eventually a bunch of ghosts will appear over there as well, so I like to just drive my tanks over there to take care of those guys. And then there's the shallows, quote-unquote, which is the area, the opposite side of the beach. So that area is pretty easy to defend. There's not really anybody that attacks there at first, so you don't really have to worry about that to begin with. But eventually I'm going to split up all my tanks between like halfway. I'm going to put them halfway between the beach and that side area where the missile pod is. and then I'm going to put the other half down by the beach, or down by the shallows, I'm sorry. So I'll put like 6 tanks down by the shallows eventually, and then the rest I'll just have in between the beach and this area right here with all the banshees that come over here. So what you really want to do, this is pretty easy actually, this whole mission with all these skulls on. If I could stop stuttering, I could tell you more. But anyway, obviously build up your base as much as you can. You don't really need to, because there's not going to be anybody who could really get to you if you play this right. Just keep blowing up this mini base. Makes it pretty easy. Your economy will boom very early just because you don't have to use any supplies to build units. You only need them to build buildings and turrets. So you'll have a lot of supplies right away, and then just upgrade everything that you can. You want to build a vehicle depot. I think this mission starts off with a vehicle depot actually, so just upgrade your vehicles so they get more damage and they get more health as well, and upgrade that a couple times. Build a barracks eventually and upgrade that a couple times so your marines are better. But the main thing you want to focus on is the field armory. You could increase the amount of units you have, so do that for sure. And you could also upgrade your base, and what that does is it upgrades not only the base's health and everything, but upgrades all the turrets and everything as well. So do that for sure, since you have a bunch of turrets along the beach here, and definitely want to keep that as like a last resort in case some units get to your base. They'll be able to destroy them pretty quickly, especially with this Pestilence skull on. If anybody gets to your base with this skull on, they are going to be dead very quickly from the 4 turrets. So definitely build those turrets. And you can see here I'm starting to split my units. I put about 6 tanks down by the beach, or down by the shallows I mentioned. I keep mixing up those areas. And then I have a bunch of tanks, the remainder here, kind of in between the beach and this little area over on the side here. So that way I could quickly respond to either the beach or that little side area. And then I just kind of ignore the shallows area here. I just have a cluster of tanks right there. I guess I'll make myself a liar and go down and look at this guy right now, that group of tanks. But, you know, whatever. They were doing fine before I even got there. So at this point you should have pretty much everything upgraded. So your vehicle depot, your vehicle upgrades, your infantry upgrades, your field armory should pretty much be maxed out, like nothing else to upgrade really in there. You want your base to be fully upgraded, like the main base. You want your turrets to be upgraded to anti-vehicle turrets on the base. The beach, you want anti-vehicle turrets, and this area right here where I'm rebuilding this turret, you want that anti-air. So everything anti-vehicle except for that one little turret right there, basically. And we're not really even going to use the turrets on the base because no one's going to get there, like I mentioned before. And if they do, they're going to die very quickly because of the Pestilence skull. So again, the locusts are the most annoying units to fight, just because they have such range. They could shoot you from so far away. And also, don't get too scared. Sometimes they'll use a leader power, and that like beam of plasma will come raining down on you, and it'll destroy pretty much all of your units because of the Pestilence skull. But you could quickly rebuild your units, so don't freak out too much. Don't worry. Just keep rebuilding this one little mini base here and blowing it up. And even though the locusts will blow up your tanks pretty quickly if they're kind of going in by themselves like they are right now, you still will just win by sheer willpower. This is a game of attrition at this point, and we're going to win. Essentially, we have unlimited resources, and they do not, so that sucks for them. And I am including the Scarab when I say the locusts are the most annoying things to fight. The locust, or the Scarab at the end, we have a really dirty trick we're going to pull on him, so don't worry about that. That's the easy part. The hard part is getting to the end, and that's also very easy with all these little tricks here. So again, these locusts, super annoying. I decided to use an archer missile pod attack, whatever it is. Use your leader powers as you see fit. There's no real essential time where you want to use them or anything, so if you're struggling a little bit, obviously throw them in. You could deploy a turret. You could call in an archer missile pod strike or whatever that one's called that I just used. So there's a bunch of different things you could throw at the enemy there. Again, they keep blowing up these turrets, but we're going to just keep rebuilding them because we have a ton of supplies. Look at all those supplies. 5 digits. We're over 10,000. We basically can't run out of supplies at this point, even if you tried. And here is the Scarab right on time. So he's going to come up. We have these 2 turrets that are on the beach, and we're going to basically just wait it out, because the Scarab is also affected by the Pestilence Skull, so he's going to lose health rapidly, and we're just going to keep rebuilding these turrets as he takes them out, because we have so many supplies. We're not going to run out of supplies just by rebuilding these turrets. He's just going to stand there and blow these turrets up, and we're never going to get them rebuilt fully, ever, but we don't really care about that. We're just waiting it out. We want him to just keep standing there, blowing up these turrets as we just keep rebuilding them forever. He's just stuck there for eternity. It's like his own little limbo he's stuck in here. He can't move past the turrets if they're still there, so we're just going to keep putting them there. And his health is going to go way, way down. Once he's at 3 bars, he will stop losing health, and you got to go in and finish the job. So I just threw in a missile strike. I threw in the turret. You could throw the turret down, the deployable turret, to help you out once he gets down to 3 bars. And I threw all my units at him. He almost... or the leader power of theirs came in to help him out right at the end there, so I lost most of my units, but that's okay. We could just rebuild more if we needed more, but they should take him out very quickly just like that. Usually I haven't seen them take that many out that quickly, but it doesn't matter. Even when they did take out that many, the Scarab's dead, so game over, bro. That is it. This is a pretty easy mission with these skulls on and these tactics. So that is it for this one, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Click like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter at HaloCompletion and on Twitch and Mixer at SilverScorpion4. And make sure to check out my podcast called HaloConversationalist on Apple Podcasts and Google Play. And I'll see you guys later for more Halo achievements.